Let's put the focus now on Yenda Kerala. What's happening in the state of Kerala? All 20 seats polling right now. And we're getting in images also of Shashi Tharoor currently casting his vote in Thiruvananthapuram. So I want to bring the focus right now to the battle for Thiruvananthapuram. There's a lot of talk that this is a three-way battle right now. You see those images of him standing in queue waiting to cast his vote. He's a homeboy, Shashi Tharoor, as far as Thiruvananthapuram goes. And he's performed exceedingly well in this seat, but this time it is going to be a challenge for him. Let's take a look at how really he performed in 2019. What kind of a vote margin did he really win with in 2019? Now, it was, in fact, if we break down the victory margin, if you look at Thiruvananthapuram, it falls in the bracket of a victory of more than 50,000 votes. Shashi Tharoor won with a margin of over 99,000 votes here. So a 41% vote share went to Tharoor. The challenge, however, for him is that if you look at the numbers in 2014, that margin was actually lesser. He managed to build on it in 2019. This number here of 31% with the BJP is what Rajiv Chandrasekhar is essentially counting on. Because the BJP came in second place last time around in 2019, Rajiv Chandrasekhar has been fielded to build on that particular number. But there is another challenge. While last time you had C. Divakaran of the CPI being fielded there, so they didn't really perform, coming only in third place, the BJP managing to beat them in Thiruvananthapuram. This time around, in Thiruvananthapuram, it's going to be an interesting battle because up against Tharoor, up against Rajiv Chandrasekhar is a veteran like Pannian Ravindran. And while everyone, has been talking about Rajiv Chandrasekhar versus Tharoor, two intellects squaring off in Thiruvananthapuram, you cannot afford to ignore the left factor in Thiruvananthapuram because a large base also of the votes in Trivandrum for Tharoor has been also focused on eating into the left, which doesn't happen. A cadre-based party will come together, will unite when they have a strong candidate like Pannian Ravindran, which is what makes the Thiruvananthapuram battle particularly interesting, not just because of these two faces, but also because of Pannian Ravindran. Let's get you those live images now of Shashi Tharoor, all set to cast his vote in Thiruvananthapuram. He's been, of course, out there campaigning hard and has been counting on getting another consecutive term. It's not going to be easy this time around, but he's been going all out in his campaign. We saw early this morning also Rajiv Chandrasekhar going ahead and visiting several parts of Thiruvananthapuram, visiting a church and a temple. His vote is not in Trivandrum, so he'll be making his way back to Karnataka to go ahead and exercise his franchise. Let's also get our reporter up from that particular spot, from Thiruvananthapuram. Shibimol will be joining us with the latest updates from the ground. Let's, in fact, play out some of the reactions for you of some of the candidates in the fray this time.
So earlier you did mention about the fact that you're up against a three-time parliamentarian and the candidate from the left is not exactly pulling his hat out of the ring. So it's a three-cornered, interesting fight in Thiruvananthapuram, sir.
Yes, it is a three-cornered fight, even though it's a three-cornered fight. We all know very clearly that the CPI and the Congress are chai samosa buddies with the India Alliance. And so while it may look like a three-cornered fight and there are three candidates, there is really very little difference between what the Congress and the CPI candidates offer to the people of Thiruvananthapuram. They have been given many opportunities in the past, in particular the Congress, and they have very little to show for it. So I think this is an issue to do with people giving opportunities to leaders and what they have done with it. And therefore me going to the people and saying, look, you've given these people opportunities, they have done very little with your trust. Give me an opportunity, trust me for one term, and let me show you, as I have put out in as a document, what we can do for the future of Thiruvananthapuram and for the lives of all the people who have suffered for so many years, including those in the coastal community.
Anil, you've just cast your vote from Thiruvananthapuram. How do you see the contest panning out this time? Do you think that the BJP will be able to open its account in Kerala?
There is no question about it. This is a national election. It's not an election to choose a few MPs. And we are very sure that in the national stage we are getting more than 370 seats for our party, more than 400 seats for our coalition. And this time, so far we have never won a seat in Kerala, but this time we are going to create history. Last time we had double-digit votes for the first time. This time we are strongly contesting in double-digit seats. We are expecting to win most of them, and one of them will definitely be Pathanamthitta. So yes, we will definitely open our account. It's not just we'll open our account, we will be contributing multiple seats to our tally of 370 plus this time.
You know, politics is very interesting. You had Mr. Anil Antony, his father A.K. Antony is campaigning against his son in Kerala. But with that, let's cut across to my colleague Shibi Mole, who's joining us from Thiruvananthapuram with the latest. Shibi Mole, you know, Rajiv Chandrasekhar wants a shot where the constituency of Thiruvananthapuram is concerned. And if you look at it just by history, because you have Mr. Tharoor, who's once again eyeing a hat-trick where it comes down to 2024. But if you look at the margin of victory, Shibi Mole, 2014, he won for just about 15,000 votes from his BJP counterpart.
Well, Preeti, this time also it's a very tight situation like how it was in 2014. In fact, in 2019 also it was pretty tight, but there was a swing of a certain amount of left votes plus neutral votes in favor of Tharoor. This time that is not really the case. It's going to be extremely tight because both of them, both Rajiv Chandrasekhar and Shashi Tharoor, are addressing a similar crowd this time. Thiruvananthapuram has a good amount of IT crowd. There's an IT park here. There are a lot of government employees here, central as well as being the state capital, central as well as state government employees here. So they both are addressing the same crowd this time. So in which direction are the neutral voters going to vote is probably what's going to decide, who is going to have the final laugh from Thiruvananthapuram constituency, plus the left votes. The left votes that has come in Tharoor's favor this time, will it come this time also is something again the Congress camp is eagerly looking forward to, because this time the CPI's candidate has been pretty strong in comparison to the last two terms. They have been very adamant about taking the constituency back, because if you see in Thiruvananthapuram, we do talk about the Congress versus BJP battle during Lok Sabha elections, but during the assembly elections, if you see the 7 assembly constituencies.
We'll come back to you, Shibi. We're going to come back to you the moment we get those images of Mr. Tharoor going into the polling booth. He's waiting patiently there in queue.